Hello, everyone, and thank you for once again joining me here in Studio 44. So happy to be on to show you some awesome stadiums submitted to me from some heavy hitters in the stadium creator family for the Ricky Davis League Stadium Search series contest, however you want to put it. Normally, I don't like to cram this many stadiums into one video, but I don't want to get behind. The goal usually is once I submit a video, I hope to get like 2 or 3 requests for stadiums every time I release a video. And I don't want to get too far behind because we're kind of wrapping up the Ricky Davis League Stadium Search, although we did decide to slow things down, and I hope that's okay because hearing that we can transfer stadiums from 23 to the 24 version of the game, we decided we don't have to rush this season. You know, busy schedules have kind of kept us from finishing the current season as fast as we would have liked, and we decided that we can wait as long as you guys can. We only have a month before the new game comes out, and I don't want to go through too much work creating all the teams just to have to do it again in a month. So I hope that's okay. I know you guys crammed in and you submitted all these stadiums and you did all this fabulous work, and I can't thank you guys enough, but we can still find ways to showcase them. I can still do the other league to show highlights. I have a feeling I'm going to be bored pretty soon. Next week I have off. I work at a school, so we have winter break coming up. And then not too long after that, I don't know exactly when, but I think knee surgery's coming. I have a near-complete root tear in the medial left meniscus in my left knee. That requires me to be out of commission for like 4 to 6 weeks, and then a 3 to 4 month recovery after that. So unfortunately, that probably means no baseball or softball this summer, which bums me out, especially, you know, when I turn 45 next month. I know I don't have a lot of time left to play baseball, but hopefully I can get in better shape over the summer and next fall and winter and be good to go for 25. But sorry, I don't want to bring down the mood of this video because, like I said, we got some great stadiums to show you, and I have 2 made by myself. And yes, one is another version of the ballpark at the Sha Casino, but it has been enhanced or changed by Sandman Dan, and it coincides with an idea I've brought up in past videos, and I'm going to get into a little bit more detail in that later on. But first, let me show you these awesome stadiums submitted for the Ricky Davis League Stadium Search. I have 6. Yes, 6. At least 4. 2 of them, I'm not 100% sure they were created for the Ricky Davis League, but they coincide with teams for the Ricky Davis League, and I think that they could be for the Ricky Davis League. I have 6 from Murph. I think I have a couple from Arch, Sandman Dan. I have 1 from Sewell. And I'll take a quick peek at my comments and see if I can throw another one in, and then we'll get to that idea that I had. So let's hop in. Like I've said before in the last couple videos, I don't dislike the stadiums I'm about to show. I'm just trying to speed things up to fit more stadiums in one video. Here we go. Another change I'm making is just to make it easier on me so I can get through this video faster. I'm going to show all of Murph's at once, then I'm going to show all of Arch's or Dan's or whoever's that I have multiple stadiums for, just to kind of get the ball rolling, make it easier. Okay, we have Defender Dome and the San Antonio. This is an open version. He has a couple versions of this in his page in the vault. Altitude of 662 feet, built in 2011, San Antonio, Texas. And man, I've only taken a quick look at this so far, but look at this standing out right away. I feel like he's done something like this before, or someone else did, where you use the anomaly to make like an indoor luxury suite with no balcony. It looks amazing. What an idea. And what an execution of it, you know, putting it right in that brick. And you got a top deck up here with a scoreboard. Love this plaza behind the batter's eye. Looks amazing. And then you got this building over here, whatever's in there. Doesn't matter. It just looks great with the sausage stand up top. Another cool seating area with the look at these. The concessions built right into the brick again. It's kind of hard to see in that with that shadow, but more picnic tables. And this is more and more people are using this, but still finding ways to be creative with it. I love it. Using this restaurant and that seating up top. as like a special seating section. Then you got cameras on top of the burgers place. The seat. Oh, look at the seats down here. That looks great. Using the batter's eye to kind of face off that plaza level deck. And then using the entry gate as windows. Looks really good to kind of complete that dome look. Now, like I said, he does have a closed version of this. As you can see, this will probably just slide right over. Well, I guess I could do that real quick. Look at that. Then you just hop inside here, and this is what it looks like with the roof closed. Outstanding work, Murph. All right. I'm going to open that roof again and turn the lights on. Here is our view of the stadium at night under the lights. You got a couple statues out in right field with that cool walkway or concourse. Reminds me of Utah Street in Baltimore. If you haven't been, I highly recommend going to Baltimore. It's such a great ballpark. Oh, look at this. There's like a tunnel underneath this concourse. Takes you back underneath. Oh, and it comes around over here. Ballpark Eats built right in. Looks great. Now, what do you use these things for? What are these things? It must be appearance, right? Because it certainly looks cool, but it doesn't give you shade. It's not going to prevent you from getting wet in the rain. It's got to be just for looks, right? Might prevent some of these guys from getting a home run ball if it hits one of these slabs or one of those beams. 2x4s. Anomaly curving around and left into left center field. Outstanding work. All right. Like I said, I've got a lot from him, so let's move on to the next one. This stadium was built for one of the higher profile teams in the Ricky Davis League, Hollywood Hills Stadium in Hollywood, California. Altitude of 354 feet, built in 2017. And we got some things, cool things. And we got some cool things going on out here in left. Look at this. Incorporating this building with the pool, putting some people in the pool. Phenomenal. This is the Marquee Club out here. And you got the Superstar Tiki Bar in left center field. That's right. We're going to change the name to the Hollywood Superstars. I got to look and see if there's new logos in the vault. Oh, look at this custom little stairway up to the Minnesota Twins anomaly out here in center field where you got people chilling out. Then you got the Sunset Strip Lounge in right center field with an awesome patio deck concourse. Using the lazy river facing. Looks awesome. And then the nachos and Shake Shacks built in. I love this look. I saw it in the first version of the game, and it's just nice to see a different font, you know, from the same old lettering that we've had since day one of Stadium Creators. You know, even though it's only nachos and hot dogs and Shake Shack, but it's still just cool to see, you know, different lettering out there. Got the Hollywood Superstars out here in right field with a cool scoreboard. And more of that traditional, or the this is how their field level stadium should look. This is how their field level seating should look. You got the lower section, and then you got a walkway, and then the higher wall, so people walking don't block their view. And then you got the entry gate. It looks really good. Whoa, 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 whoa! What is it? How did you do? Whoa! This is like a whole custom section back here. Wow, that is tedious work. You got a customized broadcast booth. There's official scorers booth. Outstanding, Murph. Oh, he's got the same thing over here. Those buildings lined up. Lights are on. Pretty quirky dimensions. I dig it. Beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna try my hand at a Hollywood team myself, a Hollywood Stadium. I made one. I've showed it a couple times with the with the luxury suites all the way around with a pool in each suite. I figured it's got to be bougie, right? For Hollywood, got to make it fancy. But I didn't pull it off. I mean, I liked the stadium, but it didn't have that glamorous look to it that I wanted for a Hollywood Stadium. So this one definitely looks more glamorous with all these seating areas and bars and lounges, and looks much cooler. But I'm going to take a crack at it too. Man, I can't figure out this lighting. I look like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator 2 after I've had some of my armor or my skin beat off of me, and there's like a robot underneath. Oh, boy. All right, let's move on to Murph's next one. Let us head up to the mountains where we have Pilot Field in Denver, Colorado. Of course, we have the max altitude built in 1998. And let's see if you meet the stipulations. I don't know if you guys remembered, but we figured with the high altitude in Denver that we would just go all out and hit a gajillion home runs, bring the fences way in. So we want shallow dimensions for a stadium in Denver. This is another stadium I'm going to take a crack at just because it's so fun. I like the one I built for last year. Maybe I'll rebuild that one and, just make some changes to it. But this one looks amazing, just taking a quick look. How deep is it down the line? 300, okay. Does shoot out to pretty normal in left center and right center and center. And then 300 down the right field line. Okay. So you could take a crack at this, especially with the high altitude. He kind of closed off that 2-layered upper deck again. That looks great. This bleacher section has its own little kiosk section, which is amazing. Oh, and you got the hangar in here. Oh, look at this. There's a wiffle ball field inside the hangar. This is something I'm dying for. Rochester people, there's one spot here in Wayne County where I live where they were supposed to have an indoor wiffle ball league. I couldn't do it because of my knee this year. But when I'm too old for baseball and or softball, I think we could pull off wiffle ball. I've played some pretty serious competitive wiffle ball before. If you Google wiffle ball leagues, like on TikTok and YouTube, there's some cool stadiums. I think I showed you on my page. I have a video of my old backyard. I am dying to find a cheap, maybe not cheap, but an affordable place to play indoor wiffle ball. Most of these indoor complexes with the turf, for soccer or football or whatever, they're so expensive, and I get it. It takes money to run these things, but wiffle ball, you got 3 to 5 guys on a team, and if you try to rent out a place to play, it makes it really, expensive. So it'd be nice if we could find an indoor place to play some wiffle ball in the winter. We did it at the Main Street Armory in Rochester. I don't know if anybody's here, but it's like a gymnasium, but it's got like an upper deck that goes all the way around, like a balcony and wood floors where they play volleyball and basketball. And we played wiffle ball there 2 winters in a row, and it was so fun. But they wanted to move on to, leagues like volleyball and indoor soccer. And I think they even practice rugby in there. But they wanted to, bring in more money, and the wiffle ball didn't bring in enough. So if anybody's from the Rochester area who knows of a place that could handle indoor wiffle ball at an affordable price, please get a hold of me. But okay, back to the stadium. Oh, look at this. You got the UFO diner. I like this. Putting the 2 circular buildings together and then putting the UFO on top. Pilot Field scoreboard's a great idea with the birds on top. Probably eagles, right? Are they eagles? I never really looked. Falcons. Okay. And then you got the airplane, of course. Again, I named them the pilots because I heard that there is an Air Force base in Denver or in the Denver area. Everybody goes with the nuggets, the gold mining. I get it. In the mountains, everyone's kind of had that theme before. So I wanted to change it up. And of course, something that coincides with audio that they have available for new franchises. But the jet definitely makes more sense. They got this whole airport back here with jets and helicopters and hangars and airplanes landing, and looks amazing. Then you got the helicopter over here in this plaza area. Look at this. And he even finds ways to make buildings that have been ripped apart look good by stacking them together. Brilliant stuff, Murph. Here's a quick look with the lights on. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm running out of good things to... Oh, let's look at this. Okay, kind of a custom roof using that building. Along with a custom broadcast booth or official scores booth. Looks great. Okay. I think we're halfway through Murph. Here we go. Shooting across the Pacific Ocean, we head to Honolulu, Hawaii, where we have the Pineapple Dome. Altitude also maxed out, built in 2011. And I think this is a stadium for the Hawaii Islanders. He's never contacted me about this stadium, but I'm in his vault. I was right here. It looks great, so I figured I might as well add it to the list. I love the section out here in right center field. It's a damn shame, SDS, that he has to do green windows to a blue home run fence because the blue ones don't work. It's a crying shame. But man, does it look great. I love this concourse out here in right center field. Oh, look at this. He's using this carnival ride or this amusement park ride as beams to hold up the walls and these walkways. Another excellent idea from Murph. You got some concession stands, Kalula bar, slammin' salmon snacks, and the pig spit. That one doesn't sound too appealing. Oh, this is cool how it kind of jolts out. I like the grass. Looks great. Definitely a Honolulu vibe. Again, I've never been there, but seems like it could be very Honolulu-ish. Very close to the water. Cruise ship in the back. Let's turn the lights on while we're up here. Let's get back inside. Fantastic. Oh, this is a cool section. He takes it to new levels every time. Love it. Definitely could be home to the Highlanders, to the Hawaii Islanders. All right, let us move on. We have another retractable roof, this one for the New Orleans Demons. It's called the New Orleans Demons Octagon. It's in New Orleans. I'm saying like a mixture of the two. New Orleans, Louisiana. Altitude of 5,279 feet. Built in 2011. And again, this is another place I have never been, but I definitely get a New Orleans vibe out of this place. Look at this little section under here. What's making... Oh, the fences are making the pillars. Okay. Very cool idea there. Oh, look at that. All right. Well, how do I get that look back? There. And I've got this... Well, I look like the Terminator. Come on! Why did you think of this before me? Get to the chopper! Come on! Such a cool idea. I've been fine. Like, I try to do the hills up higher to get creative with them and make them in different spots. And this is a great idea to kind of cut it off and make it, shorter down here, and then it curls up and it's higher. Excellent idea. This definitely gives me a Bourbon Street vibe. Is that what it's Bourbon Street? Is that that main stretch? You got the Mardi Gras Terrace. You got a bunch of stuff going on behind the batter's eye. Oh, this is cool. Is this the way up to the hill? I like it. Using the slide. And you got some Concessions down here with the Catfish Lounge, Crawfish Grill. Then you got Demons Landing with the Club of Voodoo on top. I dig it. And that's why I went with the Demons. You know, they have that whole voodoo thing going on down there. And like True Blood, right? Isn't that near New Orleans? Someone made like this whole template for the New Orleans voodoo. But again, they didn't have a no name option. And there's no voodoo audio option. So I found the Demons and I went with the Demons. The Hex Shop, that's fun. You got the Swamp Demon's Lair over here. More creative seating going on. Oh, yeah, it's straightened off because it's the Octagon, right? Again, he has a closed version and an open version. I don't think I need to show you both, right? You know it looks good no matter what. Throwing the lights on real quick. And we'll get back inside. Looks great. Oh, I like this with the trees on it, too. A voodoo spell on you. A voodoo, voodoo. It's an Adam Sandler song. Oh, this is cool, too. This end cap coming through. Man, Murph's good. Okay, one more from him. Let's do this. This is another one that I'm not 100% sure was created for the Ricky Davis League Stadium Search, but it's in Tokyo. It's called Tokyo Railways Field. Altitude of 5,279 feet, built in 2010. And I'm not sure if it's for the Tokyo Monsters, but it certainly could work. It's got a Japan vibe to it with all the buildings and signage. And oh, look at that. That looks amazing. That tiny little deck. Now, is that just separated by, or is there two of them? There's got to be two, right? Yeah. That's a cool concept. That little deck sticking off. That's something very Tokyo, right? Or very Japan in general. You got custom luxury seats in here. Could definitely hit the ball out of this stadium onto the railroad tracks. He's got that thing. Creating a railway. Yeah, I mean, this looks like it could be a recreation of a park that's really in Japan. Or he might have created it for the Ricky Davis League. Or he may have just made it for, another Tokyo-themed stadium. Because I think one of the first stadiums I showed from him was from Japan. I like this little section out here, too, with the cherry blossom tree and the other trees. Another cool concourse. Nice little curved bleacher section covered in a roof. Excellent, excellent stadium. Here's what it looks like with the lights on. Gorgeous. Look at that. All right, Murph. Sorry to rush through so many of your stadiums in one videos, but like I said, I'm trying to get caught up, and I could just go through your stadiums all day. But we have other amazing creators, so let's move on. Now, you may ask, how do you follow 6 stadiums from Murph075? And my answer is simple. You bust out a couple from Arch Mage. Aviator Field in Denver, Colorado, max altitude, built in 1989. And again, let's see if he remembers the stipulations. I wanted them nice and short. And we have a couple from Arch to show you. This is the first one I went with. It's got some awesome levels going on here, some cool layered upper decks. Oh, look, he did the same thing. He's got this like little section jolting out from the main section. And he's got the doorway in here. This looks great. Oh, I kind of like this stacked batter's eye using anomalies. Oh, and you got this jet back here with the fountain or statue. Another anomaly and a nice little scoreboard. Again, very symmetrical. Arch pulls symmetrical off like no other. He does a great job with these custom roofs, too. Look at this. American flags going around the whole thing. Home of the Denver Pilots. Official scoring section. Pretty custom back here. Oh, look at this. Yep. He understood the assignment. Let's see what we got here. 281. Now we're talking. Oh, we're going to hit some bombs out of here. Look at this. The gap's only 363. Oh, 395 in dead center field. That's pretty close to standard, but still short. Oh, man, you're going to hit some bombs out of here. I love it, Arch. 280 down the right field line as well. And I liked putting this anomaly out here to hold the foul pole up better. Nice work. Excellent idea. And then carry the brick along through. Great as well. Not a whole lot going on outside. You got a little runway with some jets and some helicopters. And Arch is also the master at these custom entrances behind home plate. They all look so clean and like real. Freaking amazing. And this building also doubles well as a kind of entry gates into the stadium. Excellent Arch. So, that's what I love about baseball stadiums. They're both so different, but both so cool in their own way. Meaning Arch's style to Murph style. So good. Using the cell phone tower or the radio tower, right? Isn't that what these are? As a pillar. It'd be nice if they gave us real pillars as a prop. Thicker, without the stupid things coming down. You know what I'm talking about. These things. All right. Thank you, Arch, for submitting a stadium for the Denver. Look how clean and rounded off that all is. Man, that's freaking tedious work. Excellent. My Lord. And the roof. It's so clean, so good. All right, let's take a look at the other one he submitted. This is Outlaw County Stadium in Phoenix, Arizona, built for the Phoenix Outlaws. Altitude of 2,643 feet, built in 2023, and it is a potential home for the Phoenix Outlaws. Again, very symmetrical, very clean, very crisp, very nice. You got a section out here behind the batter's eye using that one restaurant. Its windows, amazing. Upper deck, or the second deck, faced off with the shipping containers. You got scoreboards and strikeout meters, and ribbons. Again, I'm assuming a roof, right? Arizona, you got to have a roof that closes. Here we go. There's another awesome entry gate behind home plate. Cool little town all the way around the stadium, too. Oh, look at this custom building. You put two together. Awesome. Bigger buildings downtown. I mean, there's not a lot to say about it. It's simple, but it's great. So clean. The lighting all looks great. Meticulously, placed there. My goodness. I like the break in the second deck here to put the scoreboard up. Again, cool little custom official scorer and broadcast booth. Looks great. Arch, thanks a lot, buddy, for these 2 submissions. And thank you for submission for the Sitka Grizzlies. Mark said yours had it, man. It was very tough between yours and Murphy, said off camera. Very tough. All right. Arch, thanks again. Let's move on. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this video is filled with heavy hitters. And next up is Sewell 21. He brings us Lake State Railway Yards in Detroit, Michigan for the Michigan Wolves, altitude of 600 feet, built in 2002. And right off the bat, I see he used an anomaly to create the home run line above the whole home run fence, which I love. I hope they add that in the next version of the game. He's got some Minnesota Twins anomalies all the way across left field, running into I think this is from Comerica Park, right? Oh, look, these guys are just chilling out down here. That's fantastic. Then you got anomalies above it. Awesome. And you got the wolf statue, of course. Oh, that's something I forgot in mine. But, of course, mine's not necessarily for the wolves, the one that I showed in the last video. Oh, I love this little corner in here with the Ricky Davis League. I love that. That looks great. That concession stand built right into the wall with the out-of-town scoreboard right above it and some nature up here. The trees and the bushes. Outstanding look. Love right field in this stadium. Upper deck doesn't go quite around all the way. But that's what a lot of stadiums are doing. I watched a couple YouTube videos where they're saying that there's not many upper decks in the outfield anymore that are connected that go all the way around. They're either barely past the foul pole like Yankee Stadium in Chicago. Does Comiskey Park even do that really? But or they're like by themselves like San Diego, where the upper deck by the scoreboard is in left center field that's not connected to the rest of the stadium kind of. Looks great behind home plate and around the base paths. And we'll take our aerial view. This looks great, Sewell. Very quirky dimensions. Ooh, I like this back in here. That looks cool, that little quirk. And over here looks awesome as well. Throwing the lights on, taking a look. Looks excellent. I can't thank you guys enough for making all these stadiums. Murph freaking spewing out stadiums all over the place. Arch and Sewell and Sandman Dan, I think we have one or two to show. I'm so glad that you guys were enjoying this little contest or whatever we want to call it and took it seriously and spent all this time. So cool. Anything going on behind a couple buildings? All right. Sewell, I hope everything's going smoothly with that move, man. I want to see some more stadiums. I want to see some more videos out of you, buddy. Speaking of his videos, check out his channel. I'm going to try to put not that way, this way. I'm going to try to put a card. I can't do it. My webcam video is too small. Upper right-hand corner, there's going to be a link to his page. Thanks again, Sewell. We'll see you very shortly. We got to find a collaboration, buddy. That was fun. Hopefully it'll go a little bit smoother than last time, but we'll find something to pull together. All right, moving on. Okay, I wanted to finish things off with Sandman Dan because his two stadiums are going to transition into the second part of this video that I wanted to bring up, that I did bring up at the beginning of the video as the damage from the T-1000 is apparently getting bigger on the left side of my face here, but I'm not going to worry about it because you guys don't care about my face. You care about these awesome stadiums. This one is Canyon Ballpark in Phoenix, Arizona, built by our buddy Sandman Dan, altitude of 3,000 feet, built in 2023, and I love this hill. I love the sand concourse out here with the wagon on top. Great idea. The Outlaws written out. I love the hill, how it goes right into this seating. I love it. Was it Texas or St. Louis where the kid would jump over and grab the balls? That's so fun. I think kids would have fun doing that here. We have that in Rochester, but it's in foul territory. Kids jump. They watch the whole game from that grass area, and it can be pretty fun watching them fight over balls sometimes. Of course, it gets upsetting when some kids are left out though, and they get sad. But I like the cola back here with some people chilling out, watching the game over the batter's eye. Again, the second and third decks kind of leaking over into fair territory, but not too far. Ooh, you got another jolting out section right here by the foul pole and the scoreboard. Got some greenage down here. And you got the Stagecoach Saloon right down the left field line. I dig it. And it looks like, yep, it's a dome. Again, I mean, how can you play in Phoenix and not have a dome? You're in the middle of the desert. Looks good. Faced off pretty nicely with that hotel, right? That's a hotel. Got the canyon in the background lit up. Let's take a peek at that. Awesome. I like this big concourse that curves all the way around. Perfect signage. Concession stands that run underneath all the way across. Sandman Dan does more great work. I like the custom steps leading up to the higher concourse. All right. A potential home for the Phoenix Outlaws. I like this part that jolts back there, and I like that he used the wooden fence. That kind of fits for the Outlaws, doesn't it? Give you that old Western feel, and using the wooden batter's eye in center field. I like that idea a lot. This is a good idea, too, having the high walls, but opening it up for the San Diego studio sign. Awesome. Great, great work, as always, Dan. Okay, now that's going to wrap it up for the Ricky Davis League portion of this video. Now, I know, I just showed you another version of the ballpark at the Sha Casino, but Dan made some renovations, and it kind of ties in with the idea that I had in the past, and I'm going to show you that and another stadium that I made that I want you guys to download and tinker with and see what you come up with. But let's show you what Dan did with the Sha Casino. Okay, Las Vegas, Nevada, ballpark at the Sha Casino, 2,000 feet, built in 2022. Now, this is the second to last version. This isn't the version that I'm using now, but I love the idea of the UFO out here in left center field going out into the window, and he added this cool little balcony with the nachos and the team store out here. And he added the luxury seating over center field batter's eye. And he kept this background. I saw someone in the last version of the game use this as a wall. And I used that for my wall in this version of the stadium. And he killed the hills in center field. And just kind of closed it off and put the sign out here in center field. And I like this level of seating a lot. Over here, he got rid of the pool and added some bleachers and put the Singers opening over here over one of the doors that I like to make with the arch or the portals. And then this is the entrance to Club 44, and you have another one over here as well. And this is what I told you about before, where he's got that angled seating where it starts fatter and slants in. I love that for this stadium. And then he added this building with the balconies, and this wall has the scoreboard. He got rid of that whole tall wall that was here, and the building that shot back, and the upper deck that was up here, if you remember that version of the stadium at all. Oh, I'm sorry, Dan. I changed this scoreboard just because you had the shark one in here and it didn't quite fit. Part of it was blocked off, so I just changed it, and I meant to change it back to show your full view, but I like adding this to the entrance to the casino with it fenced in, and it's got people chilling out in here. I like that a lot. He got rid of my portal in right field and just kept the hit it here sign. And then he had this curve all the way around. Instead of having the luxury seats, he just used regular seats. And he has this always, I never knew what to call this, but it reminds me of the bleachers in the old Yankee Stadium, even though they weren't really on top of a deck. But they still curve around and meet up with the regular seats in the back. So, yeah, so this ties into an idea that I had. Sewell made a stadium that also sparked it. I think he said it's Carmen's dad not fixed, but he changed some things that he made in the Puerto Rico stadium that he made for the Sharks, and he really liked them. And that's kind of an idea that I had in the back of my head. What if we picked a stadium from each other and toyed around with it, and just to show people the kind of different things that they would, do. It really shows what people like and don't like about your stadiums, I think, in a kind of a respectful way. It's kind of a unique way of, getting what people like out of your stadiums, and, just like suggestions that they would make. So, yeah, I really like the changes. I have moved on from this version of the stadium, Dan. But, dude, I really appreciate you, taking the time to go and win and tinkering with it. I've always liked the idea of someone, downloading one of my stadiums and, making it their own, and, making the changes that they think would make it look cooler or better. And, I just think it's fun. Like I told you, the guy did my United Airlines field. He did it 2 games in a row. I don't know if it's the same guy, but it's basically the same changes. He copied everything from right field and moved it into left. So it's, the same thing with the fountain underneath that building. And I think it's cool. Is that anything you guys have interested in? Do we want to randomly assign a stadium to each other? Or do we want to just hand pick? Or do you have a stadium that you've worked on, but you're kind of frustrated with it and you want to see what other people would do with it? Because that's what I kind of have with this new stadium. Let me show it to you. Okay, now I called the stadium New Orleans Demons just because I wanted to name it something different. I used Sewell's Batter's Eye template. New Orleans, Louisiana, altitude of 2,500 feet, built in 2024. I've spent way too much time on this stadium for me to not be happy with it. So I thought I would just show it to you guys, tell you what I like the most about it, and, see what, you guys could come up with to make it a little bit better. Now, the thing I like most about this field is right field. You know how I like to incorporate, like, outside of the stadium as places that can be reached when you're hitting. I'm pretty sure DJ Jackson in the home run derby put one up in the road. I liked using this stone wall as a way to, like, support the road or, like, close off the road. I don't know. How was that all like that? What the heck? I don't know. Anyway, I like the idea of the road going, like, higher. Again, it probably causes a lot of accidents. with people trying to watch the game as they drive by. I talked about using the Ballpark Eats as like a clubhouse area or a luxury seat area without necessarily seats. But that's what I had going on in right field. Probably the wall's too high, and that's why the road is so high and makes it harder to hit up there. I used the railing on the lazy river to substitute the fencing, that I did up there. And I kind of used this anomaly and doubled it as a window or windows by closing them off with some concourse. And then I like this idea. I had this looking better. I don't remember why it ended up looking like this, but I like the idea of the two little layers of field level seating over here in this corner, but I'm not happy with this corner. I really liked how center field turned out. The whole reason for this stadium is because in the first video I did with my brother, he said, no one makes a high wall in center field. So I wanted to take on that challenge, and this is what I came up with. I had the big wall in center field. I have an anomaly up here with the bushes, and then another anomaly back here with the San Diego Park. And then I got this idea from Dan. He did a video where on the upper deck there's like some grass on top of a building. And I kind of liked having this concourse section that you can go up onto this grass area with the scoreboard on top. And I like the two trees kind of centering that or kind of framing that. So I thought that looked really good. I'm really happy with this. I'm really happy with this road and the mountain. Maybe if I had more memory to play with, I can, close this off and make it look a little cleaner. But as you can see, I'm at 97%. So I have to find ways. In left field, I really like this whole area too. Again, you got the stacked luxury seats or the luxury booths, whatever you want to call them. Over here, I have the end cap. I couldn't pull that off on this side, so I used the fence to keep people in. And I like this little bleacher section with an upper deck here. See, now I should use that other upper deck where it jolts back, right here and right here. Well, maybe not on this side because it'll run into those suites, but yeah, I really like how some of this stuff turned out. I'm not crazy about this, though. This little niche in here, over here, and maybe the wall's too high. I don't know if anybody wants to take the time to lower it and move all this down with it, but I'm happy enough with it. I think it looks fun. Maybe this could be closed off better with a concession stand. That's easy enough. Oh, wow, I never even lit this park. There's no lights. And I'm at 97%. I could probably get rid of some of these windows, maybe change the background. I wanted to take a shot at Murph's idea where you kind of close off that two-sectioned upper deck. It probably took a lot of memory up, and I went a little different underneath, too. So, yeah, what do you guys think? Is there something you guys can do with this? Keeping the parts that I like. This deck, this little section, center field, and up above the home run fence. Anything else is up for grabs. What do you say? And do you have a stadium that you want someone to mess around with? Do you have any interest in doing the stadium swap thing? Leave that in the comments below. Also, we might as well keep taking stadiums for the RDL Stadium Search. I know it's kind of died down, especially with the new version of the game coming out, and Mark Stadium is picked. But if you want to go back and take a look at the team reveal videos, you can find a team that you want to build a stadium for and submit a stadium. Go for it. I will definitely showcase that. If you have a stadium that has nothing to do with the Ricky Davis League or this current idea, also, please leave that in the comments below. Stadium name, gamer tag in the comments below, and I'll get that showcased for you ASAP. Like I said, I got a lot of dead time coming up, so I should be able to get some video. Of course, I've said that before, but you know how it goes. Life happens, right? So thank you again so much for watching. Thank you to everyone who submitted a stadium for the Ricky Davis League Stadium Search. Thank you to everyone who sat through the video, and I will catch you all very, very soon. Don't forget to check out Respect the Pick if, for whatever reason, these videos aren't enough Phil Sherman for you. You can find more of me along with my brother and my nephew on our Respect the Pick page. We're also available anywhere you like to listen to your podcasts. You can probably find us there. So please check us out. We have a lot of fun making them. I hope you have fun listening to them. Thank you again, one and all, and we'll catch you soon.